How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. We are back again for another week. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about Harry Kane because he has refused to rule out leaving Spurs. Borussia Dortmund, they are not going to stand in Jadon Sancho's way if he wants to leave. And Manchester City's Guendouzi has spoke about the situation with Liverpool, and he says he will be okay with them being handed the title.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right. So the first place we're going to start is with Spurs and Harry Kane. And a bit of a bombshell over the weekend. He was doing an Instagram live with Jamie Redknapp answering some questions. And he has refused to rule out leaving Spurs. And it's very, very clear that he has some frustration. And that frustration boils down to the lack of silverware. Now, Harry Kane has spoken about his frustration at so far failing to win trophies with Tottenham and says he is prepared to leave if the team does not progress. The Spurs striker is recovering from a hamstring injury but opened up to Sky Sports pundit Jamie Redknapp about his ambitions during an Instagram chat on Sunday afternoon. Asked whether he would be at Tottenham for the rest of his career, Kane underlined his intent to be one of the world's best players and said he would not stick with Spurs if he did not feel he could achieve what he wants to at the club. It's one of those things I couldn't say yes and I couldn't say no. I'm an ambitious player. I want to improve. I want to get better. I want to become one of the top players. It all depends on what happens as a team and how we progress as a team. So it's not a definite I'm going to stay there forever, but it's not a no either. Tottenham lost the Champions League final and League Cup final under former boss Mauricio Pochettino, and Kane says the failure to land silverware has been tough to take, especially given the quality in Spurs squad over recent seasons. However, he is optimistic that things could change given the track record of new boss Jose Mourinho. We have been saying for a couple of years now we have got a fantastic team, but for one reason or another we haven't been able to get the trophies that when you look from the outside we have got the team to get. It's a hard thing to take as a player. I want to win at everything I do, so when we are coming close and you don't quite get there, it's hard to take and it starts to build up. But from my point of view and the team's point of view, all you can do is everything you can. Give your best to win every game, to win trophies. For one reason or another, we haven't quite got there yet. Next year, the gaffer now, it'll be the first chance to really have a pre-season with the team and embed his values into the team, and we'll see what happens. Of course, I want to win. I want to win team trophies. I want to be doing it sooner rather than later. So we will have to see how it goes. Kane says he has enjoyed working with Mourinho so far and is inspired by playing for a manager he used to watch whilst he was growing up. But the Spurs striker also insisted the players must respond and raise their game to make the most of Mourinho's coaching. He came in and what you see is what you get, said Harry Kane. He's an honest guy. He'll tell you if you're doing things well or if you are not. If he likes you, he'll tell you, and if he doesn't like you, he'll tell you. From my point of view, I have built a good relationship with him. We talk every few days or so, talk about all different things, talk about the team, when we are playing and what we can do and how we can improve. For me, it's great to work under a manager like Jose. Obviously, growing up watching football, he was a big part of that. It's another opportunity for me to work with one of the best managers in the world. I'm excited to see how that relationship unfolds and see what we can do on the pitch. So far, he's been great, and I know he's excited to put his stamp on the team when he gets his opportunity. So there you go. Harry Kane has made it pretty obvious that he's not going to stick around for Spurs for much longer, and I think that was pretty evident. Given the last few years anyway. If Harry Kane or any Tottenham player has any kind of ambition, then they're going to want to win trophies. Then they won't stay around at Spurs for long unless they start winning them, because it's been a long time since they have won one. It's been over a decade since they've won the Carabao Cup. You're talking 1961 since the league title. You have to watch these in black and white. You know, that's how long it was. The last time Harry Kane saw a league title won was in 2004 when he was an Arsenal fan and he was watching the Invincibles win the league at White Hart Lane. Ironic. So yeah, listen, probably stay there for another year, and if it all goes pear-shaped next season, then I think that Harry Kane will be off, and he will be out of that door pretty sharpish. You can talk all you want about Jose Mourinho. I've given my thoughts. I think that he's past it. He's not going to be getting Spurs a trophy, in my opinion. You only have to look at his recent record. And he's not going to be winning trophies anytime soon. And he's not going to be winning them with Spurs. So it's as simple as that, really. And yeah, I don't think it will be long before Harry Kane is out of the door. And given his contract situation, how much will he go for? You've also got to take into consideration the injuries, because he seems to be picking a lot of those up over the last few years. And there's no doubt in his ability, his goal scoring record and everything else. But yeah, he's an ambitious guy. And unless Spurs can match that ambition, which they haven't done for 50, 60 odd years, then Harry Kane is going to be walking away. So there we go. Next piece of news involves Jadon Sancho. A lot of talk about him over the last few weeks, Manchester United and Chelsea in particular. And Borussia Dortmund's CEO says the club will not stand in the way of Jadon Sancho if he wants to leave in the summer. There's been reports that the German football season, once it resumes and then finishes, and when the transfer window reopens, Sancho will leave Dortmund, but there are no favourites as to where Sancho's next destination may be. The England forward's appeal means only a certain number of clubs could do a deal to bring the 20-year-old. Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea are in the interested parties in the Premier League. Spanish clubs Barcelona and Real Madrid are also keen, as are Bayern Munich and Juventus. Should one of those teams come in with an acceptable offer, then the Dortmund CEO has admitted that Dortmund will not keep Sancho against his will. He goes on to say that you always have to respect what the player wants. We already said before the coronavirus that our preference is for Jadon to remain with us. And I can clearly say that even with the very richest clubs, that despite the current situation and the crisis, no team should think that they are going to go and get a bargain from us. We don't have to sell anyone below their value. He recently signed a contract as well, so if you're going to buy him, you've got to pay some serious money. Now this is a very interesting part, because part of his deal, which was an 8 million sale from Manchester City, is that there's a clause in the contract, and that's that Manchester City have first refusal. That if a club comes in with an offer that is accepted, Manchester City will be notified and they can match that offer and, take up that part in the clause, or they can just decide not to buy him back. So very interesting. They may just sit back, wait, let everyone else do the hard work. Once a deal's in place and Dortmund have said, yep, we accept, they then step in. So very interesting to see where Jadon Sancho could possibly end up. And it's a little bit annoying to see that, he went to Dortmund for 8 million. And at that time, it looked like he was actually joining Arsenal. And he's gone on to do what he's doing, and he's an unbelievable player. But you're probably talking around about the £100 million mark with Jadon Sancho now. His age, given the fact he's got a long contract, what he's doing, that's the kind of going rate that you're going to have to be paying, I'm afraid. So, Arsenal won't be in for him this time, that's for sure. Last piece of news. Manchester City midfielder Ilkay Gundogan has said he would be okay with runaway Premier League leaders Liverpool being awarded the title if the season was not completed because of the coronavirus. Liverpool are 25 points clear of second place City, but the league was suspended on March the 13th because of the pandemic, with Jurgen Klopp's side needing just 2 more wins to secure the title. All English football has been suspended until April the 30th, but that date is expected to also be pushed back, with the country's current lockdown and social distancing measures likely to extend well beyond that date. Speaking to local reporters, he says that Liverpool should be awarded the title. He says that he would be okay with it. You have to be fair as a sports person. And he's also admitted that the prospect of a cancelled Premier League season with no titles or relegation was bound to split opinion. There are different opinions. For clubs who have had a very good season, it obviously wouldn't be nice if it was cancelled now. On the other hand, for clubs who aren't doing as well and are maybe in the relegation places, then I'm sure that they would be very happy. So yeah, it's pretty much straightforward stuff. What most people are saying, that yes, Liverpool do deserve the title. Even I've said they do deserve it. They've had an unbelievable season. But you cannot go awarding aside a trophy that they've not mathematically won. And I've said this, and I'm not going to go into it again, because if you do that for Liverpool, then you're going to have to go and look at the relegation places. And then you're going to have to go into the Championship and look at the promotions. You're going to have to go into League One and League Two and everyone else that's having great seasons. Brentford, Coventry, Leeds United, West Brom. It's a knock-on effect. You cannot just turn around to one side and say, yeah, you know what, here's the title. I know you never mathematically won it, but you were nearly there, so you can have it. You just cannot do that. I'm sorry. It's as simple as that, in my opinion. And the fact that the FA have gone and null and void all of non-league football, where's the consistency? You can't do that to the non-league and then do things a little bit differently higher up, because all it does is show money talks. So it's going to be very, very interesting, because some of the reports that were going out over the weekend from government advisors were that we could be on lockdown in England until June. That's 3 months of lockdown. And they're talking about social distancing measures in place until October. So how on earth are you going to complete this season? There we go. So that is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think of today's topics. If you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video. I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.